trouble calculating how much incremental buying power Berkshire has at any point in time. You've talked about having a minimum of $20 billion in cash on a consolidated basis, but for regulatory, risk control, or liquidity purposes, is there some minimum amount of float beyond the $20 billion that has to be in cash, bonds, or say preferred stocks? Or can all but $20 billion be put into either common stocks or invested into wholly owned businesses if you found attractive opportunities?
Yeah.
What does the balance sheet look like if you were fully invested, and where does additional debt fit into the equation, if at all?
Yeah. I wouldn't conflate the cash and the bonds. I mean, when we talk about $20 billion of cash, we could own no bonds beyond that. 20 billion would be the absolute minimum. As a practical matter, since I've said 20 billion is a minimum, I'm not going to operate with 21 billion any more than I'm going to see on a highway a truck sign that says maximum load 30,000 pounds or something, and then drive 29,800 across it. So we won't come that close. But the answer is that we're not inclined to use debt. Obviously, if we found something that really lit our fire, we might use some more debt, although it's unlikely under today's circumstances. But we can, 20 billion is an absolute minimum. You can say that because I say 20 billion is an absolute minimum, it probably wouldn't be below 24, 25. And we could do a very large deal if we thought it was sufficiently attractive. I mean, we have not put our foot to the floor on anything for really a very long time. But if we saw something really attractive, we spent 16 billion back when we were much smaller in a period of 2 or 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks maybe, in the fall of 2008, and we never got to a point where it was any problem for me sleeping at night. Now we obviously have a lot more money to put out. So Charlie, at what point, if I called you, would you say, I think that's a little bit big for us today?
I would say about $150 billion.
Well, in that case, I'll call you. I'm a little more conservative on that than actually Charlie, but we both would do a very, very big deal.
We don't have to agree perfectly.
Yeah, it'd have to be. But if we find a really big deal that makes compelling sense,
now you're talking.
We're going to do it.